Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'll be getting to know Mollie Marrocco, who is a brand coach and content strategist, helping her clients to write great copy for their websites and social profiles. So, Mollie, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Hi, Tom. Thank you for having me.
Now, I really appreciate you being here, and just out of interest for me and our listeners, whereabouts are you based?
So I'm based in Boston, but I work with clients all over the world.
Awesome, amazing, and that's one of the great things about the pandemic is we've all got a lot closer together online.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for sharing that. I just want to share a little bit more about you before we do get started. So Mollie helps her clients either through coaching or through her done for you service. And she has a knack for taking your ideas and turning them into a clear, consistent brand message and an effective content strategy. The title for today's episode is How to Bring Your Brand to Life in Words. And Mollie is going to show us how to do that in just under 7 minutes. So question number one today is, who are your ideal clients?
So my ideal clients are typically creative entrepreneurs and coaches. I've kind of worked with clients all over the map, from dog trainers to small businesses to online retailers. But
Mhm.
my niche that I love working with are creative entrepreneurs and coaches or healers in the coaching industry. So it's people who really struggle to figure out how to speak about their business
Yeah.
online. They don't really know, how do I, like, what kind of content do I post on social media? How do I write copy for my website? I have to create an email funnel, but I don't know what to say. Those people are kind of the people who I really love to help.
Fantastic. And obviously, there's a few challenges that are bubbling there for them. What would you say is the biggest challenge that they face in their business?
I think it goes back to, again, how do I speak about my business online in a way that my audience is actually going to hear
Yeah.
me? A lot of people have a tendency to talk about themselves and how amazing that they are, and those things are great, and there's a time to kind of lean on that, but there's also, if you're not talking about what your clients are struggling with, they don't care because
Mhm.
it doesn't apply to them. So you could talk about yourself all day, but you really want to make sure that you're keeping it kind of more client focused. So things like website copy or captions, I see, are like the biggest thing that my
Yeah.
clients struggle with. They can find an image somewhere, but they don't know what to say. They
Mhm.
don't know how to do that and provide value through their social media so that they can end up, booking more clients or creating an engaged community around that.
Great. And like you said, their ideal clients are probably thinking, what's in it for me? So if you can answer that question, ultimately, you're going to go a little bit further along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So if your clients are unable to nail this and get the right message in front of the right market, what's typically the impact of that on them or their business?
So a lot of people end up not wanting to even put themselves out there on social media. They second guess themselves. They waste a lot of time. They waste a lot of energy. And ultimately, they waste a lot of money trying to figure out how to do this effectively. And when you have a strategy, you can use that to leverage your marketing efforts. You can start to automate things. You can start to build it. It's consistency compounds. So once you kind of start to create a strategy that's actually going to work, and that can start to run on autopilot, even if it means you're still creating content but you just feel more confident about what you're doing. It takes less brain power for you, so then you can start to leverage that and gain momentum to start to create that through the rest of your business.
Incredible. Makes complete sense. And if anyone is listening to this and this is starting to resonate with them and they're connecting with this message, what is the one piece of advice that you'd give them right now to help them improve their content strategies?
So I think kind of what I was saying earlier is keep it focused on your client. You want to think with every piece of content that you are putting out, like, why does my client care? You want to make sure that you're providing value to your audience. And that could be simply entertaining them, or
Mm-hmm.
it could be educating them. There's a word, edutainment, which is kind of like I'm educating people, but I'm also entertaining them. And so if you can do both at once, then people have a tendency to pay a little bit more attention. But you want to think about, like, what information would somebody need to kind of understand about the struggle that they're facing that you are solving for them. What information can I give them that helps them say, oh wow, this person really understands me, I need to go work with them, they clearly can solve my problem? Or giving them tools and things like that. A lot of people are afraid to share value and to kind of like give it all away, but what ends up happening is most people just think that you're the expert and they want to go to you even more because they realize they can't do it themselves, because if they could, they probably would have.
Fantastic. I'm sure lots of people listening would love to have some help from you specifically. So what is the one resource or link that you could share today to really help people get started?
So you can head to my website. It's molliemarrocco.com /freebie. And I have a 17-page content guide. So in there, it's basically, I think, over 34 content prompts. So if you're kind of like, I need to create an Instagram post, but I don't know what to say, you can literally go in, put your finger on one, pick the one you want to do, and it will give you an idea of something that you can post. And this stuff is great for blogs. It's great for social media. It's great for videos. Anytime that you need to be putting out content to your audience that they're actually going to care about, that's applicable to them, that's going to position you as an expert, this will give you great ideas, and it's free.
Sounds like a fantastic resource, and there's nothing worse than staring at a blank canvas when you're thinking about what content to put out there.
Exactly.
Awesome. So question now about yourself. Obviously, you've been helping people all over the world. So during that time or previously, what would you say is one of the greatest either mistakes or failures you've made either in life or business, and what did you learn from it?
I think I think all of the failures that I've made can be traced back to one thing, which is
Okay.
not trusting your intuition. You
Hmm.
know, in life, like deep down in your gut when you're supposed to do something or when you're not supposed to do something. And we either, well, most of the time we just override that and we either don't take action or we do. And there's kind of this saying that like the universe will whisper at first and then it's going to come by and it's going to just like
Hmm.
give you a punch, if
Yeah.
you don't listen. So kind of trusting myself to listen to those whispers has been amazing, because when you do that, you end up kind of being pushed towards the things that are meant for you and pushed away from the things that aren't. And I think, living life in alignment in that way, would be like the greatest success. And when I haven't done that, it has definitely led to a lot of the things in my life that I would consider failures. Although I do feel like all my failures brought me to here, that
Exactly.
like you wouldn't regret anything. I'm definitely in that camp. But if I could do something over, I'd probably trust my intuition a little more.
Love that. Listen to the whispers. I love it. I
Mhm.
might put that as the quote in the headline of the show. So, what would you say? Sorry, this is the last question, just so you know. What is the one question that I should have asked you that will also bring some great value to our audience today?
Okay, so I think it would be, what's one thing that most people could do to improve their engagement in the online space?
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay. So I think having more humanness to your brand. I definitely tend to work with solopreneurs, and people like that who have faces to their brands. And, you know, what people forget is that you want to give your money to someone that like, and trust over a nameless, faceless corporation. You want to actually feel like you are giving your money to something that you care about. And so people, I understand like it's scary and you don't want to put yourself out there, you don't want to put your face out there, but the more that you can do that, the more that you can increase that like, and trust factor and show up consistently for your audience and really be providing value for them, the more that you're going to see your own growth in your business. Because when I started doing that in my own business, that's when clients started coming in really easily because they already knew me, so they wanted to work with me. So I think it would be showing more humanness, having a face, and really just kind of putting yourself out there a little bit more.
Mhm.
um, I think that makes a huge difference because people are going to start to want to engage with you because they actually know who they're engaging with.
Fantastic. And that is exactly what we're doing right now. So,
Yep.
learn by this example. So, Molly, thank you so much again for your time today. I'm amazed at how much value you've packed into 7 minutes. Really appreciate it. And I can't wait to share this one with our audience.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom.